You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Sr., and this is why the National Football League dominates the landscape in America. Record-setting television ratings over the weekend for divisional weekend. The Bears this morning hired Ryan Poles as their next general manager, but the biggest domino of all of these news items, Sean Payton, formerly the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, out in the Big Easy. Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network reporting this morning, saying Sean Payton has informed the Saints that he's stepping away. Now, he met with ownership yesterday in Gail Benson, and they had a conversation, according to reports, that lasted several hours. Now, the big question for Sean Payton moving forward, is he retiring? Is he stepping away? Is he going to get into broadcasting? Is he going to try to land another NFL head coaching job? This report coming from Nick Underhill, Sean Payton is retiring per source. Now, we reached out to sources close to the situation here at Chat Sports. We have not heard back, but all indications do point to Sean Payton retiring, at least for this upcoming year. More on that and the top 10 candidates to replace him coming up on this video. More reporting from Ian Rapoport. Sean Payton is under contract through 2024 with the New Orleans Saints. If another team wanted to swoop him, they would need to compensate New Orleans, but that's a conversation for next offseason. So that would indicate that Payton is going to take at least a year away from football, maybe get into broadcasting, because there are going to be networks who are all over Payton, who really has a good personality when it comes to just conversing, breaking the game down of football as one of the best offensive minds that this game has ever seen. Rapoport, as far as the candidates who could replace Sean Payton in New Orleans, expect the Saints to interview current defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. He also has head coaching experience with the Raiders. He is considered to be the leading candidate. And also, in addition to Dennis Allen being a candidate for the gig, Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn is also going to be a candidate for the now vacant head coaching job for the New Orleans Saints. He coached the DBs to spectacular fashion with New Orleans from 2016 to 2020, went with Dan Campbell to be the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. So obviously, this is a monster news item in the NFL landscape with monster implications. Get into the comment section right now, and if you're new to us here at Chat Sports, we're all about the audience engagement. Give me your one-word reaction to Sean Payton leaving New Orleans. He's been there since 2006. Let me know in the comment section down below. Really, my big takeaway for this, other than my one-word reaction being shocked, I know there were some rumblings and there was a lead up to this ultimate decision, but is this really it for Sean Payton? He's still young. He's only 58 years old. If he were to want another NFL head coaching job, he would immediately become the top candidate on the market, ahead of guys like Jim Harbaugh. We're talking about a mastermind offensively who's done a terrific job with coaching up and developing quarterbacks, a guy who's always had a firm stance on the culture in New Orleans, has a Super Bowl championship, and really rose up as a Bill Parcells disciple and is so highly regarded in NFL circles. So I think that maybe Sean Payton is just exhausted. He understands that the New Orleans Saints have absolutely no cap space, and really they're in financial hell right now. They don't have a quarterback beyond this year. If you consider Taysom Hill to be the future quarterback, I disagree with you. More of an athlete than a starter. So right now, New Orleans is in a precarious situation, and maybe Sean Payton is just worn out with everything that's transpired over the last couple of years. I envision, and my prediction is that Sean Payton is going to take a year, maybe two, maybe even a few years away from coaching, then get back into it, because he's 58 years old and a young 58 at that. This is what I do know. I don't know about his immediate future. Broadcast networks are going to be all over Sean Payton. As I alluded to earlier, has a really good personality. Every time he's done interviews, he's really been able to convey his knowledge of football, and his coaching acumen backs that up as well. And look, this guy has won a bunch of football games as an NFL head coach, dating all the way back to his debut season in New Orleans in 2006 when he led the Saints to a 10-6 record. Following year, 7-9, then an 8-8 year. 2009 with Drew Brees at the helm 13-3 with that Super Bowl championship over Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. 2010, the Saints go 11-5, and really, there's been such long-standing success with Sean Payton on the sideline in those fresh unis in the Big Easy. 2011, 13-3. He was suspended in 2012. That's obviously well documented at this point. 2013, Saints go 11-5, followed by back-to-back 7-9 years. 2016, 7-9 as well. But 2017, 2018, 11-5, 13-3, and the last 3 years, excellent years in New Orleans, going 13-3, 12-4, 9-8 during that span. And a lot of people would make the argument that 2021, given the injury to Jameis Winston, Trevor Siemian started games. So too did Taysom Hill. Ian Book even started a game in that playoff stretch, that this was one of his finest coaching years of his career. Is it going to be the last one? Only time will tell. Now, if you're watching on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, this is why you subscribe. The Sean Payton news just happened a few moments ago, and within minutes, we're able to push out a video. And really, we cover all of the latest NFL news and rumors and breaking news in a very informative, entertaining, educational way. So make sure you subscribe to the Chat Sports family that's approaching 280,000 subscribers by going to youtube.com/chatsportstv, or just simply hit that red subscribe button down below. We also have a bevy of channels here under the Chat Sports umbrella, including New Orleans Saints Now. Who dat? We keep you in the know with everything going down with this franchise. We've been covering this potential story over the last couple of days. I know a lot of you haven't liked it because Sean Payton is a Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Louisiana legend. Either way, we keep you in the know. YouTube.com/Saints today if you're a Saints fan and you want to stay up to date with the latest New Orleans Saints news and rumors. Time for our much-anticipated top 10 candidates to take over for Sean Payton as the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. We'll run through these first couple of guys very quickly. You don't have to really do it reveal style. You can just go top 5 off the bat here. Producer Trace, who is, by the way, a Saints fan. Pete Carmichael, offensive coordinator for New Orleans. We move ahead with Brian Flores. Of course, he is really sought after a couple of really good years with the Miami Dolphins. The last 2, they finished above 500. Byron Leftwich going to be a candidate as the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. That franchise, also in the NFC South, has some questions moving forward with Tom Brady. Is he going to retire? Is Bruce Arians going to stay on as head coach? Dan Quinn, I imagine New Orleans is going to reach out to him for an interview. He's had several head coaching interviews so far. Dennis Allen, as we talked about earlier, the leading candidate, according to Ian Rapoport, does have previous head coaching experience with the Raiders. That stint did not go well, albeit it was a short one. But when he's had to step in for Sean Payton, an interim duty, and as a DC, he has been fabulous for New Orleans. How about the top 5 candidates that we've broken down here on the show before on New Orleans Saints Now? Eric Bieniemy, Aaron Glenn, DeMeco Ryans over the last 11 games for the San Francisco 49ers has that defense playing superb football. They've been only surrendering 17 points per game. Doug Pederson would be a great stabilizer, a good quarterback's coach, a good quarterback's developer, and a very good offensive mind. I would imagine he has interest. He also played his college football in Louisiana at, I believe, Louisiana Monroe. That's where his son also played. Just graduated last year before getting a couple of opportunities to crack the 49ers 53-man roster. And then Kevin O'Connell, still coaching right now in the NFL playoffs. He's the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. Anybody under that Sean McVay tree should be of interest. But as of right now, it's really Aaron Glenn, according to Ian Rapoport, as well as Dennis Allen, at least 2 of the early candidates to take over for Sean Payton as the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Yes, they're in financial tricky territory. They don't have a lot of cap space. The quarterback situation is unknown, but the New Orleans Saints, folks, have a very, very good roster and a very, very passionate fan base as well, and ownership is always willing to spend to make them a contender. Front office is also in a good spot. That's why I have confidence in the front office to name the next head coach being a very good one to take over for one of the best head coaches in the NFL over the last 10-plus years. So, we kind of broke down our top 10 candidates. Your opportunity to now get into the comment section and let us know who you want to be the next Saints head coach. Give us a name or names in the comment section, and thanks for watching today's breaking news video.